Are you getting the hang of this?
Yeah.
Oh no, ayan na yung ulan.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to episode 3 of our podcast, and thank you for everyone who have been listening and watching and laughing with us. Hi.
Hi. What's your topic for today?
Ang topic natin for today, in honor of 1010, the recently celebrated World Mental Health Day.
So it's 10-10?
Yeah.
Always 10-10?
Yeah, always 1010. Ang topic natin for this episode is what success looks like to you now. We've asked several people to answer a question on what success looks like versus their definition of success during their 20s.
Since we're in our 30s or late 30s, so it's the right age to ask what's success for you in your 20s. And now that we're in our late 30s, I
Yeah.
think they have a perspective
Better
for that
yeah,
question. Better
okay.
perspective for that question.
Actually, I did ask a couple Gen Xers. Baka dahil hindi sila ma-social media, baka hindi nila nakita yung message ko. But we will have a chance to talk to them. And even Gen Zs as well. We'll have an episode for that. So, we're not going to mention their names. I did promise them that we'll just read out their replies. This is coming from female communications professionals. And her response was, success to me in my 20s was very society driven, so very external. Like a good job, good boyfriend, good money, and being top of the ladder, top of the class. And now in her late 20s, it's all about looking every day in the mirror and being okay with who she sees. Now it's, ang definition niya, it's very internal na. Great relationships that lift me up, a job that allows me to feel fulfilled but still live a full life out of it, and a healthy me, sabi niya. Mind and body. And also the money to sustain all my hobbies and the house that feels like home.
Yes.
Nakarelate ka dun?
Yes. Especially sa hobbies. So, the time to do my hobbies, since that's what relaxes me every weekend. So, that's the only time I get to do my hobbies. And sometimes after work, when it comes to sports, so you do that after work. But during weekend, since you know my hobby is paint by numbers. So, it will take all my time if I do it during the weekdays.
Ito, ako, I agree with having the time and the money. Kasi, syempre, minsan magastos din yung hobbies na gusto natin. Somehow, we have that liberty, that time to, a specific amount of time that we can budget for our hobbies. Like, if you have your football during the weekdays.
You have your basketball
Yeah,
also.
I have my basketball also. And then, aside from that, on the weekends, para medyo may grounding naman ako. When you're doing your painting,
Yeah.
for me naman, it's gardening, planting. So, back then, before the pandemic, yung pagiging plantita ko was more of like ornamentals.
Yeah.
Gusto ko maganda yung paligid ng bahay. But today, because of this economy, and I think, tingin ko medyo mas may fulfillment din ng konti yung may nagbubunga. So now I'm planting fruit-bearing plants. So ampalaya, pipino, kamatis, ano pa ba? Bell pepper. The importance of the hobby is actually taking your mind off of the work.
Yeah.
And being able to come back 100%.
I agree because in my line of work, I just can't switch off. So even after the working hours, even if I want to, the stress is still there since I'm a lawyer. Usually, it's always a problem that comes to me. So my brain still is still working even after looking for solutions, or if it's is that applicable, or is there a better way to solve this. So doing other things aside from just sitting down scrolling your phone, it really helps you to take your mind off work. Just brings you back to a more relaxed time in your life. So I've been playing football since I was in high school, so every time I go to the field, it's like zero for me, zero mind of everything. So that really helps.
Now we go to the second response. Can you read that for us?
This is a male finance professional. So I'll just read it. I want to make a change in the world. I want to make an impact to someone. Alam mo yun, I want to leave a print in this world. That's success for me. If you ask the 20-year-old me. But now, success is having peace of mind. Yung makakatulog ako ng mahimbing sa gabi na nagagawa ko yung mga bagay na nagpapasaya sa akin on a regular basis.
Kinda is also connected to
Hobbies.
hobbies, no? Ng mga bagay na nagpapasaya sa'yo. But I'd like to zoom in on the nakakatulog ng mahimbing. Because siguro at this age, we all know na how important sleep is to us. And it's not just the part na aging, medyo mahirap na rin makakuha ng full 8 hours of sleep.
Grabe yung aging.
Hindi, kasi marami ka nang iniisip, marami ka ng responsibilities, di ba? It's not really, yes, may part na physiological for others, pero more on your mental state na yun na nga, you need to switch off. So, ikaw, paano ka nakakatulog ng mahimbing?
Actually, my problem is sleeping for the right hours. Since at night, I'm really tired. So I'll sleep, but I'll wake up really early, still, especially if I have hearings, still thinking or preparing in advance on what I'm supposed to say and what I'm supposed to do if everything
Is in order.
in order. I've prepared everything. So it's more of, was I able to prepare everything for my client? Was I able to do my part? I think it's in our generation to somehow identify with our profession or our careers. It's really important for us to do our best. Sometimes to the extreme na it bothers you so much. Sometimes you can't sleep or sometimes you can't get enough sleep.
Yeah, I get that too. Kasi, pag ikaw lang, yung trabaho mo lang iniisip mo, especially pag singular, parang things are within your control eh.
Yeah.
Pero, kapag maraming ibang external, like for you, you have a client, nandiyan si judge, di ba? Did your team properly prepare all these documents, di ba? At aside from that, meron ka pang opposing counsel.
Yeah.
So, in my line of work naman, as marketing, I handle a lot of events and speaking engagements. It's not as easy to be hyper or, alam mo yung parang high energy kagad. Siyempre may mga mood swings ka din, may personal reasons ka din. And there are just some days when you wake up and you're not feeling it. Pero kailangan mo din, to psych yourself, of course, na, okay, I have to be in my A game when I get to the venue. Also be able to dig deep and provide proper feedback if it's like, for example, a leader that you will advise on. Or, I think mas malaking challenge kapag kulang yung tulog mo, tas ikaw yung speaker ng morning na yon. So parang, I don't know, people have different ways of psyching themselves or preparing themselves, shaking off the nerves to be able to step out and perform. Daming iniisip ng mga millennial. No?
Yeah, pero mahirap for me, since my personality, I can't do yours since all smiles eh. So, ang hirap nun for us, at least sa field ko medyo, if you're just serious for the day, you're just serious, diba? Para you don't have to make yourself happy. So, you just have to be ready. Pero, I think that's a hard part na you're up and ready and to be enthusiastic all the time. So,
dami nagsasabi nun, parang I can't do, parang pang extrovert yung trabaho mo.
yes.
Kasi, you can come from, when I'm driving, lalo na, sobrang traffic, di ba? So, parang medyo agit ka na, ganyan. Pero when you get to the venue or the occasion, the event, kailangan, hindi naman necessarily happy, but very professional ka na, you know what to say, you have that confidence to extend your hand for a handshake, mga ganyan. I think, yes, medyo pang extrovert nga siya, pero there are also other lines of work that I can't do. Like, for example, our medical professionals.
Yeah.
Like, recently, nakita ko sa social media, no, yung mga lumilindol na, tapos ang focus nila is to get that, I think that's in Surigao, I'm not sure, but mabigat yung door pa, like at a 1-ton door, kasi radiation room siya, tapos they were holding it open, kasi baka mawalan ng kuryente, hindi mag-unlock yung door. Tapos while the guy was holding the door open, meron namang isa na gina-guide yung patient, hinahawakan niya yung patient kasi nakahiga dun sa chamber. Tapos para lang for the patient not to feel scared na wala siyang kasama, nandun siya sa loob ng facility na yun. Parang, I will try also to do the best that I can for others. Pero itong mga to talagang ang mindset nila is not themselves.
Yes. I'm in a field that I see people do that for others, especially when you work in risk disaster management, those kinds of in public safety field. So I see people who do that, and they're really 100% in giving service. And for those people that they were able to help, that's everything, especially for the moment, diba?
Yeah. So I'll read the third one. So we talked to a female customer service professional. And for her, sabi niya, success in our 20s had to be loud. It was the chase, the rush of promotions, the thrill of making it big, the need to be seen, to be known, and to become somebody. We equated our worth with titles, salaries, milestones, and how many people applauded when we achieved them. Back then, success was about building a life that looked impressive from the outside. But as we inch closer to 40, the definition shifts quietly, almost tenderly. Now, success isn't about the noise, it's about peace. It's knowing that impact isn't measured in how many people know your name, but in how deeply you've touched the lives that do. Success used to be about becoming, and now it's about belonging, and finally, about leaving something meaningful behind.
Oh, that's nice. I think what I relate to in what she said was the belongingness and having impact on people. So it's more on how she touched people's lives, or she wants to be able to touch people's lives now that she's in her 30s. So that's what's important to her.
So we did talk about the mental health, right? And how we try to detach ourselves from our work and our responsibilities. But also I think an important part of being also advocates of mental health is also being a support system to
Yes.
others. I did mention we did not have children, but we also have our community. So of course, aside from our immediate families, mga pamangkin, pinsan,
Yes.
siblings natin, parents natin, we also have our friends
Yes.
who are also, going through life in different ways, even if we grew up together. Iba din yung mga tinahak nila ng mga direksyon. And would you agree na now that we have something like social media and instant messaging, even with that, parang ang detached pa rin natin sa ibang tao?
For me, nakabawa siya. Since feeling natin we're updated with our family and friends because we see them in social media.
Yeah.
But since I'm old school, more than a text, I want a call. But more than a call, I want to see you. So I want to talk to you. So that's what we try in our busy schedules. But we make it a point when our friends, our family needs us. We're there physically.
To be
To
present.
be present. Mas serious tong ano na to. Parang serious, but I think success talaga needs a lot of work, but you have to balance things.
Kasi nga, step by the
By
step
the
nga
step
ang
ito.
success.
Bago tayo sumakses, walang success if hindi tayo masaya. Diba? So, I think ako na.
Oo, ikaw na ang magbabasa ng
Ako
next.
na. So, ito came from a female activist and educator. Wow. So, 20 years ago, sabi nga niya, no? Success meant being a journalist in a war-torn country. Wow. Okay. I wanted to tell stories and be in spaces where significant world events happen. Now, success looks like my life now. I'm an activist and educator, and my war is poverty. Wait, please interpret.
From what I see, yung pinaka-profession niya talaga is being an educator,
Mm-hmm.
a teacher, a professor. Pero at the same time, she always, parang it's part of her DNA to be an activist,
Mhm.
especially against injustices. And poverty is number one. Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, lalo na, no? It's easy to look at the nice, the good, those people doing well. But you can't deny the fact also that poverty is everywhere.
It
So,
is.
for me, I can't be an activist like she is. Talagang iba yung focus niya on activism and giving her time talaga to educate others as well,
Mhm.
and just not just increase awareness but doing more than that. Pero para sa akin, and I think also for others no na who are not yet as ingrained or probably hindi pa nila alam kung saan sila magsisimula. There are ways where we can start. Like for example, every year during Christmas, 'di ba, what we do is there's a leper community in Caloocan na we try to ask donations for.
Mhm.
So, meron din we contribute monetarily and also ask our friends to donate. Doesn't have to be a big amount. Pwede nga
Yeah.
100 pesos, 200 pesos, ganyan. Then we pull that money tapos kami mismo yung nag-grocery nung content nung Christmas package nila.
And
And
prepare.
kumpleto. Oh,
And
and
prepare
prepare and
the
pack.
yeah.
In-involve pa nga namin yung mga pamangkin to pack the
Mhm.
Christmas package. Yung kumpletong Christmas package yun. And if others would say na donation na naman, di ba? Meron
Yeah.
na tayong donation fatigue ngayon. Pero kasi this is a community, a leper community. Of course, because of their physical illness, they're not able to work. And at least, kahit papano, di ba, once in a while, every Christmas, they can expect something like that.
Aside from that, since it's a form of donation, very direct, nakikita ko is how we can contribute as individuals. So the small things, especially the small things like being a good driver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oo nga.
being a good driver. What I remember is, in the 90s, we have a public service announcement ad na
Mhm.
gagayahin kung anong makita ng bata.
Yeah. Ginagaya
Gagayahin. Ay,
ay,
kung
kung
anong
ano
ginagawa ng matanda, gagayahin
ng bata.
ng
Yeah,
bata. So
oo.
it's crossing the street on the right time or on a pedestrian area or throwing your garbage not on the streets but throwing it now that we have segregation on the
Yeah.
right
Trash
trash
bins,
bin.
yeah.
So those are the small things that we can do as citizens of the country and citizens, I think, of the world, especially when it comes to environment.
Nagiging highlight na tuloy today yung kung ano yung mga dati na kinalakihan natin that are expected from us. Like, ah, yung tinatawid mo yung matanda sa kalsada,
Yes.
yung mga ganyan. Parang it's not gonna take so much of your time.
Giving up your seat for the elderly or
Or
pregnant.
pregnant sa mga bus or LRT. It's not that nagsisermon tayo, no? But also, what we want is, kasi others might feel na, oh, grabe, activism, di ko kaya yan. That's not for me. That's too much. I have so many responsibilities. But also, there's a way to contribute to a better society
Mm-hmm.
than say na, hindi ako affected niyan, di ba? Wala
True.
akong pakialam dyan. Nasa malayo kami or something like that. So, I will read our last and baka mas makarelate ka din dito. Although, of course, medyo ano din naman yung mga pinag-usapan natin eh. Medyo generic siya in a way na not specific to profession. But because this last one is a male lawyer, and our question was, what success meant to you when you were 20 versus today? And he said, when I was 20, success meant achievement. Medals, titles, recognition. Fresh out of college, I thought being on top was everything. When law school happened, it humbled me. It slapped me awake and taught me that talent isn't enough. You really have to work hard. When I finally became a lawyer, I asked myself, is this really what success looks like? Because honestly, it felt a bit empty. Now, success isn't about the finer things in life. It's standing with integrity, making tough calls in tough times, and rising above challenges. As a lawyer, it's not about winning or losing, but being part of a client's journey to seek justice. Being an advocate in the truest sense, making an anxious client feel safe and secure. And in all honesty, what remained the same is that I'm still goal oriented, but the goals have changed. They're less about achievement now and more about meaning. As I near my 40s, success means alignment between what I do, what I believe in, and who I'm becoming. It's finding peace, building connections, leaving a legacy, and hopefully just being remembered as a good person.
So what struck me here is we're nearing our 40s. It's a reminder, awakening that, oh shucks, we're nearing our 40s, but I don't feel like it.
It will also make you reflect on 4 decades. So, wala pa tayo. We're just nearing our 40s. Pero maiiyak ka na. But also think of, ano na nga ba nagawa ko? And what's common in the 5 answers, the 5 people we talked to, it was from achievement, being on top,
Yeah.
money, good boyfriend, good partner, a house, etc. All these things that we were, I guess, probably were programmed to think about as success before.
When you were young.
Now is more of internal. Ako, am I happy with myself when I look in the mirror? How I fight for injustice? How I am remembered as a good person? And is this what I expected before? Or have I done enough to be of any good impact? So ikaw, anong gusto mong maiwan na legacy, or what kind of impact would you want to leave to others?
Ako siguro is to be able to help people directly. I'm more of a gusto ko yung nakakausap ko yung mga tao. Gusto ko yung parang nakikita ko sa mukha nila na kahit papaano na-enlighten sila. Kasi confusing nga eh. It's not easy to navigate and lagi siyang nakakakaba when you're the one involved in a lawsuit or in a problem. So just being able to help people.
So alleviate that confusion,
Yes.
which also I think in turn going back to sleep is going to help them sleep a little better at night.
Yes. I see it in their eyes how worried they are. So if at least a little you'll be able to help them. And it's not always monetary that people need. It's an assurance that everything's going to be okay, and that lasts for a long time, since once the problem has been passed on to you, they can sleep tightly at night.
For me, siguro the impact that I want to leave with others would be I was always someone they could count on.
That's nice.
Whether it's about things I don't know about, pero sige, I'll try to find out for you. Kasi hindi naman tayo expert sa lahat, di ba? Pero pagka, Abby, do you know what this is? Blah, blah, blah. Parang, I don't know, but let me ask somebody that I think would know the better answer. So parang, it's hard navigating siguro the late 30s to the early 40s. And some don't have their parents around anymore, or don't have that kind of siguro support system or community. Of course, pagka law-related, sa'yo ko na itatanong yun kasi that's not my line. But if there's someone else that I would know, or at least I have had an experience, I will give my opinion or my experience to be able to help them. So I would rather be remembered as someone who they could count on and will try her best to help them. Baka umiyak ka na.
That's nice. What I noticed no sa lahat, even for us, since we're nearing our 40s,
Nuulit pa eh.
eventually, as you grow older, it's more of mas introspective nga siya. Success is really different from what we thought when we were younger. But maybe I guess we were somehow we were able to achieve that along the way. That's why we are in a different state right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought about this episode and also connected it with World Mental Health Day. For those of you who are thinking, for those of you who are wondering what the next so and so years would be, I would say just keep going.
Yes.
Find your people, find your community.
That's
there are a
very
lot
important.
of people who are willing to help. Sometimes it's just the presence and the connection that matters.
And with that, we end our third episode. So hopefully we were able to share something insightful, and hope this episode would help the younger ones in their journey to success.
Akala ko their journey to their 40s. Bye! See you next episode.
Bye!